Welcome back to another look at MetalMercs. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and if you have been following MetalMercs for a while now, you know that it is my attempt to create a BattleTech-like indie game. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, and really, I think if you're watching this, it really does need no introduction. You can go ahead and check out the demo on Steam if you are so curious. Today, I'm just making a little video here to showcase some of the newer features that are going to eventually be working their way into the MetalMercs demo and obviously the final version of MetalMercs. If you are a patron, you're going to see these features sooner rather than later. We'll have to run it through a beta for the demo at some point. But yeah, I decided to do this one as a video rather than a live stream just to keep it low pressure. But normally when I do MetalMercs stuff, I do it as a live stream and you guys can chat with me. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave it in the comments down below and I will respond. Or, you know, I mean, a lot of you guys are already on the Discord. You can follow me there. A few little changes coming to the contract screen. First of all, the total duration of contracts has gotten a slight tweak, where generally they will take less time than they did in the past. Some of the multi-level contracts, if you have a bunch of missions strung together, will still take a fair amount of time. And they can take a long time, especially if you're relocating. But some missions you'll find are rather brief and a little briefer than they've been in the past. So this just gives you, you know, more incentive, more strategy in selecting your missions, because time is always a factor. You got to pay off that dreaded mercenary guild loan that hangs over your head as a mercenary. Another change here is, well, I tweaked a few levels of, you know, how much advance pay and per mission and stuff you'll get. So these values are all tweaked a little bit. You'll notice them. If you've played the game a lot, these values will be a tiny bit different, but largely the same. The big noticeable change is that I've revamped how Salvage works, and I'll show you that to you guys today. We'll do a mission and I'll show it off. But as a result, this parameter down here, which used to be number of salvage options, is now changed to number of repairs per mission. So these are repair options. They're not free, you still have to buy them, but they're provided. So number of repairs available after each mission. So we'll see how that plays out. I should select a mission that I'm not going to totally die at. I think a level 1 defense and then some battles should be pretty straightforward, though. This one is bigger. It does have a nice big front line battle, but I don't think I'm strong enough for that right now. So I'm going to go with, this one seems pretty good. 47 days, which is a pain, but the price seems right. I'm going to try and bump this up a bit just so we can get all my units in battle. And I think what I will do is try to get some more tokens because they are handy. And let's see, offer was received. Oh no, they proposed a counter. Why don't we reduce that and see if we can get this back up? Offer. Okay, that's a reasonable offer, I think. Okay. One other thing I will mention is, I don't know why, but my computer is being a little laggy today, so actually, hold on, let me try and close a program here. Okay, I closed several programs. I think that actually did help out a little bit. I was going to say I was noticing my computer seemed to have like kind of a sluggish frame rate, but it seems a bit better now, so it is what it is. I'm sure you guys probably have better frame rates than me, actually. Probably because you're not trying to record your video simultaneously and run the program in debug mode. Anyway, the woes of being a developer. One thing you'll notice too is that the unit display has gotten a little bit of a visual upgrade. We got this nice little glass cover on top of all of our mechs now. And you'll also notice that I've tried to symbolize and move to graphical images as much as possible. Yeah, just from some of the stuff that I was reading, this can significantly be a better way of presenting information. So yeah, anyway, minor thing, but that's what I did. All right, one other thing you'll notice, this icon might change by the time by the time I put this out. But here's our salvage tokens. They just like piles of junk right now. I think I'll definitely have to change that icon. You know, in addition to trying to make more things symbols, I've also tried to make more information available to you guys at all times. And you'll see once we go into battle here. So let's head to the starport and get a mission going. That bar, by the way, at the top that shows your money and your salvage tokens, what planet you're on and stuff. My hope is to eventually also have that be at the top of even this screen. You'll see in battle that bar now exists along the top. I want it to be like a unifying status info bar. And in fact, by the time you play it, maybe that feature will be there. So this is Jay from the past predicting the future. But anyway, let's set up. I'm just going to bring all my mechs. And let's get them all set up here. A couple of firebrands, lineman, and a yeoman. You know, actually, we have a lot of... Oh, shit, I gotta go repair that lineman. We'll do that before we launch the mission. But we actually have a lot of flame capacity. 2 scorchers, 3 scorchers, no, 4 scorchers, and 4... Wow, we are going to melt the enemies. Just melt them. Oops, actually didn't want to do that. I'm just going to put people in mechs according to their skill level. I'm not really looking at their specialties today, just, you know, to kind of get things going. Wait, why do we have a legendary dude down here? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, you definitely outclass a yeoman. I guess your lucky day, Lee. One of my most elite pilots is going in the yeoman, whatever. Let's just go repair that that lineman that we purchased. Lineman, repair. Wait, why did that do nothing? Oh, it did repair. Oh, it repaired everything. Wait, it said there was something that couldn't be repaired on the lineman. Oh, I don't have ammo for the medium Vulcan. That's 20 missing shots. It's probably fine, unless we can buy some here. Medium Vulcan ammo. Done. Okay, so now we can go ahead and repair. Yeah, there we go. Extra repaired. All right, that was easy. Nice when the shop actually has the parts you need. Oh yeah, one other addition that is in process. Again, this might be more further along by the time you get the game, but starting to get some actual icons for some of the equipment and stuff that's in the game. So the laser opto tracker, small cooling unit, the large cooling unit. I don't know if any of these other ones have icons yet. No. Work in progress, as many of the things in the demo currently are, but been coming along. Okay, so now everyone should be nice and repaired, yeah. And by the way, if you're wondering what these icons are, so I didn't explain that. So the sort of metal shield is your maximum armor rating. This is the number of heat sinks. This is your movement speed. This is your base dodging percentage. So 2.5 means a 2.5% chance of dodge. If we select a unit with a much higher chance, this guy's a 10% chance. You can see if you have jump boosters, you'll see a jump range presented, but if you have a mech that doesn't, that won't be there. If you have an Orion mech, you'll see shields shown there, so you can see what shield level they've got. And then, of course, you've got the required skill level for the mech, so you can see that varies, again, according to the size of the mech. Anyway, I think actually, I was going to say, we have an extra mech, we could try and hire another pilot, but we are at the capacity of what we can actually bring in the field, so tapped out. Though maybe, I think I will check real quick to see if we can hire a dude. It's always good to have a dude in your back pocket. That sounds weird. All right. Oh, and we hired a, oh my God, okay. I just said it was good to have a dude in your back pocket, and we hired Hot Pocket. So I think she overheard us in the bar and was like, hey, let me get in on this. I'll go into back pocket. These guys, no one wants to be hired. All right, Hot Pocket. It's just you. Welcome to the team. We don't have a mech for you, but you can watch from the sidelines. Unless Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket is better than Sarah Rap. But Sarah has a lot. Oh, damn, Sarah has a lot of specialties. She's like, she studied in school. Medium mechs. Alright, that's a good mech to be in. What does that give her again? Speed and dodge. Okay, this looks good. We're defending against a bunch of bandits. Banditos are going to come in, try and wreck our day. Our goal is to not let them. Alright, so, changes that you may notice already. Before we unpause the game, first of all, you've got a radar system. And look at that baby go. When units are off the screen, they just appear along the edges, right? And then when they're on screen, you can zoom in and out. I'm sorry, I really, not to toot my own horn, but I'm very proud of how the radar turned out, and I love looking at it. So there you go. Anyway, you have a radar system. Enemies that you can see that are visual, within visual contact, will show up on the radar. If enemies are like hidden in forest or behind trees or whatever, they won't show up. So, especially when you have larger battles, you know, your units will still pop up with their little messages and they'll say, hey, I see an enemy. Previously, you had to pause the game and go, now, where the F is that guy? You know, like, where the blip are you? What are you talking about, dude? Now you can just see on the radar. So very easy to see. Also, this bar along the top, you can now see how many salvage tokens you have easily. You can see how much money you have. So money is always on your mind as a mercenary. Again, this bar will eventually be along the top of the unit setup screen. So it's like it's never going to go away. So you'll see it on every screen. You'll always know how much money you have. And if you're in a mission, how many tokens you have. And click here if you just want to bring up the status menu and you can see more about the mission. Or if you want to abandon it for some reason, you're a coward. You also have this little icon here. This shows you how many enemy mechs you've destroyed that are salvageable. The salvage button, which used to be over here where the radar is now over here. So you can click on it like before and see how many mechs are going to be available and how many you've ruined. The salvage screen has gotten a big revamp in how it works. So we'll see that after combat. But essentially, any mech that you down or goes into damaged state, so damaged mech is, it's gone down, but you've shot it up a bit too much. Either of those mechs are going to show up on in the salvage area, and you can try to recover the whole mech, or you can just scrap them for parts and take all the equipment off of them. If you do try to recover them, down mechs have a base 50% chance of being recoverable. Damaged mechs, it's down to 5%, so it drops pretty rapidly. Mechs that are devastated, so there's kind of 4 levels of damage a mech can take: downed, damaged, devastated, or ruined. Ruined mechs are just gone. They don't count for anything. But devastated mechs are not going to show up in salvage, but all their parts will. So if you destroy a mech and it has like an HEC and a heavy laser and a missile launcher, you'll see all its bits in the salvage options, but the mech won't be there. Only damaged and downed mechs will actually be there. So this is a big change. Previously, you know, whether a mech would show up in salvage was probabilistic. Now any mech that's downed or damaged will show up, and you'll see how you can actually try to recover the mech when we get there. So you can actually salvage mechs a little more reliably now. And again, this counter is just showing you the number of mechs that are downed, damaged, or devastated. That's what this little counter is. What else? Okay, we used to have heat, like ambient temperature of the map and ambient gravity. Those are now just little icons here. And on cold maps, this thermometer is down and it's blue. On desert planets, it's up and it's red. When gravity changes, which currently there are no maps that play with this, but eventually there's like a heavy and a low gravity icon here. The tags button still around, it's just moved a bit, and the mission UI has moved around a little bit. Very last thing to mention is your unit selection bar. You can now hide groups if you don't want them available. Also, if you happen to select a group, like if I select group 1 here, I'll press the hotkey 1, just lights up a little bit to kind of show you what you've got selected. And if you only select 1 unit or 2 units from a group, you know, it's lit up a little bit. But if you select them all, it gets real bright. So that's just like a little visual thing. I think it helps if you decide to like stream or make a video of the game. it helps people who are watching kind of know what you're doing. Because if you're using hotkeys, they may not know that you've selected a group, but you guys can clearly see when I use my hotkeys because the groups just sort of light up just like that. Anyway, this is a defense mission, I think, so we should actually pay attention to the mission a little bit. And my goal is going to be to try to salvage as many mechs as I can. In fact, I'm going to try and like pull back. Okay, they ruined that guy real quick. I didn't have a chance to do anything. But I'm going to try to bring just a couple of guys, space my guys out a bit. See what we can do about just taking guys down very, very lightly. Because it's good to have a light touch sometimes. Because these are light bandits that we're fighting against. We don't want to take them down too fast. Damn it, they ruined that guy too. I'm going to try a little trick here. Actually, I do have a called shot available. Alright, nobody else has a called shot too. Oh, this guy does. Alright, Vulcan Man. 14 damage. Damn, a core shot is just a little off of where I need it to be. And that guy's way too heavily armored. Okay, that guy's going down. And try and let him go down peacefully. Downed. Alright, you see the little counter up here has gone up by 1. Come in, we got a downed mech. We also have a couple of ruined mechs in here. So again, these ruined mechs, they contribute absolutely nothing to salvage in any way. They're just scrapped. So you kind of want to not ruin mechs if you can. That guy got devastated. So you can see there's a devastated mech. Again, this mech now is not going to show up, but 2 light lasers will. So the mech's parts are going to show up. Now, obviously, I've got a bunch of heavies that are trying to take down, light mechs. And so that's why I keep, ruining them, basically. But in theory, use my called shots here, see what we can make happen. In theory, when you have, like, bigger battles and stuff, it's a lot easier to reliably... Oh, we can switch targets here. Take guys down without causing excess damage. Look, that guy went down. So you can try and, like, micromanage... guys. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn off their weapons for a second here. Oh, too many missiles! Oh, I think he actually survived. Yeah, we got +1 more. So there's quite a few damaged guys, or devastated guys there. So we're gonna get quite a few parts show up. So again, only the mechs that went down, or if there were any damaged, would end up in here. Parts now shows all the parts from mechs you've taken down. So just, having looked at this forever, I can tell we had 2 devastated Hornets, and we had a devastated Lynx, because that was where the 2 medium lasers, the rockets, and the ammo bay came from. So the parts that are available to you are now completely determined by your battlefield performance. The number of repairs... this actually is way too high. All right, there's a little... Oh, I'll fix that by the time you guys get this. But this is determined by our contract. And so this is showing the number of battlefield repairs. And these are just provided by default. Now, in terms of your actual salvage here, there's... the way you salvage mechs has changed. So this mech costs 4 tokens. Let's just see what happens. When I click on this mech, I get some options now. I can salvage this mech or scrap it. So if I decide to salvage the mech, there's a 50% chance that it will that the salvage is going to fail, right? That's 50% chance of recovery. And if that fails, I'm going to get these items. So I will get 2 medium lasers, rockets, and I'll get the ammo pack too. So the way salvage now works is when you try to salvage a mech, if you fail, you get the equipment. If you succeed, right, 50% chance of success right now, you can spend tokens, as you always could, to bump that up. If you succeed, you get the mech with all of its pieces attached, and it will sort of immediately go into being available for you to play around with. So that's one option. You can try and recover the mech. The other thing you can do is scrap the mech. And you may say, well, why would I ever want to do that? What happens when you scrap the mech, is you don't get these parts. These parts go into the pool of parts you can buy. So you may look at a mech and you may say, you know, ooh, it has like some items I really want, but I don't want to pay for the whole thing. You could just scrap it and then you could buy a few individual parts. That's one thing you could do. The other component of it, though, is that if you scrap a mech, you'll actually also release more repair parts. So right now, let's say you go and you repair your units and, you know, let's say I used up some of these. Here, I'll actually do it. And I say, geez, I wish I had a few more armor parts. Well, now you could come in here and for 1 token, you could break apart this mech and you will get 2 more armor parts. So let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's go for it. So we scrapped that mech. We lost a token. Parts are now available for salvage. So 2 more armors will be available. There'll be more medium lasers and stuff. So now you can see more medium lasers. Armors back on the table. In fact, that's too many armors. But anyway, we'll sort out that bug. In any case, as you can see, so the way salvage works is a little bit different than how it's worked in the past. So anyway, I'm going to try and salvage this guy. Attempting recovery, and we got him. So we recovered the mech. Now it should be in my reserve units. There it is right away. We could always go ahead and repair it up if we wanted to. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I've run out of tokens. All right, well, the tokens go fast. So you've got more flexibility now, basically, or you will when this new update eventually arrives. You'll have more flexibility in how you deal with salvage, and there's more strategy and decisions along the way. Let's carry on and do one more mission here while we play around. This one is a elimination of local garrison. All right, this one is just find the enemies and take them down, so that's not too bad. Where, though, would... Oh, there they are. They're, like, up here somewhere. There's group 2. There they are. Group 1. Oh! Alright. Oh, I'm kind of getting swarmed from 2 angles here. Not expecting that. Alright, everyone retreat to the center of town here. You can see the enemies showing up on the radar. So like if you're over here and you're like, where are the enemies? You can just very easily see. So you know to scroll over this way. Jeez, it's actually a lot of enemies. Kind of need some called shots to take them down here. Okay, we're getting some called shots. I kind of want to save them until... I kind of want to funnel the enemies if I can into like a choke point. Trying to see where we can go. Maybe like right here. There we go. I turn the corner and get obliterated. Only problem with this strategy is it's ruining all my potential salvage. Which is now more valuable since you'll need to break mechs apart to get those precious juicy repair parts. Oh shoot, they blew one of my guys up. Alright, I'm gonna let them call their own shots. Whittle some enemies down. Oh Jesus. Maybe the, oh, you noticed the temperature, by the way, the temperature indicator. Maybe the flame strategy is not going to work. I guess these guys are lighter mechs, so they don't generate as much heat. It's harder to overheat them. Maybe I'll try standing in the water. Damn it, stop ruining mechs! The whole strategy is falling apart. Alright, I gotta micromanage these guys a bit. Turn off that. There we go. I just selected one guy to attack this guy. So we could like actually down a mech. Need to pull this guy back. Target here. Damn it, they still ruined him. My guys are in overkill mode, man. They're looking for vengeance. Now we have 2 downed mechs. It's pretty good. Now, for a downed mech that has a destroyed piece of equipment, that piece of equipment is gone. So if you recover the mech, that piece of equipment's still damaged. If you decide to scrap the mech or you try a recovery and it fails, so you just get the parts, you don't get this destroyed piece. So destroyed pieces of equipment also directly matter as well now. So again, Battlefield's performance has direct consequences on the salvage. God damn it, get this lineman back. Get behind your team. Okay, let's see. Everyone target there. But can we cold shot this guy down? Cold shot with the heavy laser. You have a cold shot? No, you do not. You have a cold shot. It's kind of barely out of range. Oh, we still got him though. Stop it! Who took that random shot? He was dead. Stupid mech jocks. Alright, this guy is probably definitely going to be devastated. There's no way, or ruined. There's no way around it. Oh my god, he's going to kill my lineman, isn't he? Okay, stop, everybody. Alright. Somehow, miraculously, he survived into salvage. Alright. So here's all the parts from the mechs we devastated. Here's our repairs. And now we have choices. So many choices. We only have 5 tokens, too. Oof. Oh my god, and my units are so screwed. Alright, well, go big or go home. Let's try and salvage a unit, and we'll call it a day. We got him. Woohoo! And we're probably going to abandon this mission because we're really hurting bad. Oh, it's the last mission too, but there's no way I can face down that many mechs. I think I seriously underestimated that contract. Like, hardcore. 1.7 million, we can do that. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I didn't want to go through like a whole thing where we played for like an hour here. I just really wanted to show you guys some cool features that are on the horizon. So again, if you've never heard of MetalMercs, check us out on Steam. You can also join the Discord to chat with us, or also check us out on Patreon. I make a lot of news announcements there. And you can always, if you want, become an early supporter of the game. You get access to playtest builds and stuff. So a lot of these changes are going to be coming to the patrons first. And they're going to help me playtest and figure out bugs and stuff. But then eventually it'll come to a beta build on Steam. So keep an eye out for that. And guys, as always, thank you for tuning in and hope you continue to enjoy MetalMercs. Until next time, my friends, you'll take care of yourselves and we will definitely see you soon. Peace.